So how do you know that you're living your God-given dream? This is all great, but how do I know that what I'm pursuing is what God wants me to pursue? I'm going to give you 4 questions. I'm going to bring them to you pretty quickly, and then we're going to land this plane, okay? I'm going to give you 4 exploration questions, okay? 4 exploration questions. You need to write these down. If you are serious about your dream and what God has for you, write these questions down. Here's question number 1. Will my dream be possible or impossible without God? Will my dream be possible or impossible without God? The Israelites, they couldn't do it without God. I mean, we're going to be talking about this in the next few weeks. Like, Jericho was the first huge battle they had going into the Promised Land. It was a fortified military fortress that was impenetrable. Like, nobody took on Jericho, and they were barely trained in the wilderness. They didn't really have much, and it was going to be impossible if God didn't show up. Like, if your dream doesn't scare you, if it doesn't cause you to pause, it might not be God-given. Will my dream be possible or impossible without God? Here's a second question I want you to write down. Will my dream cost me anything? Will my dream cost me anything? Moses, the one who led the children of Israel, the nation of Israel, into the Promised Land, it all started on the backside of the mountain. If you don't know this story, Moses is on the backside of the mountain. He's working for his father-in-law. He's got a great job. One day he's going to inherit the family business. He's got a wife. He's got kids. And God shows up on the backside of the mountain and says, you're going to lead the children of Israel. And he leaves comfortable. Are you willing to leave comfortable? He leaves comfortable. He goes to Pharaoh, not once, not twice, but over and over again. Finally gets set free, ends up in the wilderness. There's disobedience that happens, and they wander around in the wilderness, and he continues to lead through the difficulties. There are going to be hard days. Turn to somebody and tell them, there's going to be some hard days. Get ready. There's going to be some hard days. It's not going to be easy. Turn to somebody and tell them it ain't going to be easy. It won't be easy. There are going to be setbacks and there's going to be challenges. Will my dream cost me anything? All right, here's the third question, and they get tougher as we go along. Will my dream bless others more than it blesses me? Will my dream bless others more than it blesses me? What you may not know about Moses, if you're new to the scriptures, is Moses disobeyed God in the middle of the wilderness, and because of his disobedience, God said, hey, you're not going to be able to enter the land. But in that moment, Moses could have abandoned the nation of Israel and said, fine, I can't get the land. I'm going back to the family business, and that's where you can find me. But he doesn't. He continues to lead, he continues to persevere, and he continues to think about the nation of Israel, and he fights for them. He leads them until they are able to go safely into the land. God's dream for you isn't just for you. It's to bless others. It's to bless the world. All right, here's the fourth question. Last question. Will my dream build God's kingdom or my kingdom? Will my dream build God's kingdom or my kingdom? This is the question that got the nation of Israel in trouble. This is why they kept falling back into captivity over and over and over again. This is why we struggle over and over and over again, because the nation of Israel started building their own kingdom instead of God's kingdom. What they didn't know is that God wasn't just blessing them and giving it for themselves. God said, no, out of you, I'm going to bring the Messiah. My son is going to be a part of your nation. Jesus is going to come. He's going to bring life and salvation to the entire world through you. It is about my kingdom, not your kingdom, Israel. So whose kingdom are you building? When you think about your dream is to build God's kingdom. Whatever it is you do, whatever he's called you to do, it is about this. It's about bringing the hope and the healing and the peace and the purpose of Jesus into the world. That's it. Will my dream build God's kingdom or my kingdom?